the state land that I'm camping at right now is actually pretty good. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 50 or so RVs out here, but it could really hold like 1,000. I mean, it's a really big plot of land. So I was really happy to find this piece of land. And one of the things when I flew my drone, when I first got here, I flew my drone around to take a look at my surroundings. So one of the first things I noticed was that the land is stepped. And if you don't know what stepping is, that's where you have one piece of land and then the next piece next to it is higher and the next piece next to that is higher. Kind of like stadium seating. So the land is stepped, and which I found interesting for a free place to stay, So anyway, just, kind of put that in the back of your mind for a moment. So I needed to find, I needed a haircut, I needed a beard trim, and so I looked online and I found a barber about 20 miles south of here. I don't go to stylists or beauty salons or any of that, so it's a little bit of an effort to find a barber that knows how to trim a beard, basically. So anyway, I went to this barber, took a chance. I'm glad I did. He did a good job. And so we're sitting there, and you know how barbers love to talk. And he said, so where are you staying? I said, well, right now I'm camped 2 miles south of Cattail Cove State Park on the left. He said, I know right where that is. He says, that's where that land is stepped. I said, yeah, that is where that land is stepped. He said, do you know the story behind that? I said, no. He said, there was this developer, and he came along, and he wanted to make that whole area a big kind of a RV park. Not a trailer park, but RV park for people who are visiting the area. And he spent a lot of time and a lot of money to have all this land graded, flattened out, and then stepped. And that's actually a lot of effort around here because, it's a very rocky terrain. So he said, anyway, he spent all this time and money stepping this land, and then come to find out he wasn't the legal owner of the land. And so they came and arrested him and put him in prison. And the state of Arizona just took back possession of the land. I was like, wow, that is some kind of story. Because, the guy must have spent hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million, stepping all this land. To see it from above, you can tell that. And, this kind of work is not cheap, especially in this part of the country, where it's very rocky and there's a lot of terrain that would need to be leveled out. But I just thought that was really, really kind of odd and weird. I mean, us campers from out of state are the beneficiaries of that. Because it's nice to be able to stay here and not really just pay the $15, permit fee. And of course, the state of Arizona is also a benefactor of this because, people, it sheds a good light, on the state, that it's very welcoming to visitors and the city too. So the poor guy who did all this, he gets nothing out of it. He's in prison. And he spent all that money. So I guess that's the way life works out sometimes. But I thought it was an interesting story. Now I want to throw this story in there because seems like I'm doing so much, photography and videos of me going places and seeing things, and I sometimes forget to fill in the blanks with these stories that I hear from people. And, I run into people all the time. I make an effort to talk to people, if I can, if they'll talk to me. Some people are just tight-lipped and they won't say anything, but some people will engage you in conversation. So I hear a lot of very interesting stories, and I'm going to try to weave them, and there's a fly. I'm going to try to weave them in more in my videos. That fly woke me up there you go. That fly woke me up this morning, and I I could literally kill that fly. Because I was tired, I was sleeping, and here this thing is landing on my face, and I'm thinking, oh God, this can't be happening. And then I put the sheet over my face, but then I can't get back to sleep because I have this irrational fear I'm going to suffocate. And I know I'm not going to suffocate, but I think I am, and so I can't sleep. And then it gets hot under there. So this fly will be dying tonight. This fly also, let me just throw this in. I have been trying to eat all the stuff in my refrigerator. And there's a lot of stuff in there, and I need to start eating on it heavily because in like 3 weeks, I'm going to fly back home for a couple of weeks and take care of some matters, and then I'm just going to fly right back. I'm not going to drive this trailer 2,300 miles there and 2,300 miles back and spend $1,200 in gas when I can just hop on a plane and get everything done in 2 weeks that I really need to have done. So I need to eat all the stuff in the freezer, and so I got out some fish sticks today. I love fish sticks, and I made my fish sticks. I make them in a frying pan. I don't put oil or anything. There's enough oil in them already. I just warm them at a very low heat, and they start to sizzle, and they're actually pretty crunchy if you cook them that way and you flip them over. So I'm sitting here eating my fish sticks for lunch, and here is this fly. Now this fly has already ruined my morning by waking me up way earlier than I intended to wake up. I was going to get up around 11, and it was like 9:30. I know you're thinking tough life, but so he has the gall to mess up my sleeping, and then he's actively trying to land on my fish sticks. I'm thinking, I cannot believe you. You're in such grave danger. You don't land on people's food, So I guess he wasn't thinking clearly. See, there he is again. He's trying to ruin my video. The attack of the fly. But he did not get any of my fish sticks.